I've been into fitness for the last 8 years. I became a personal trainer. I train a lot. I train every day. And I can definitely suggest a thing or two for you if you're a beginner and if you want to get into fitness and do it the right way and not waste time, you came to the right place. Number one thing I would suggest for a person who is unfit and would like to get into fitness is walking. I know it sounds a cliche, but 10,000 steps a day is a thing that everyone should do. And if you don't walk 10,000 steps a day, that's the number one thing you should start with. Definitely use lunch breaks for walking. It's a good way to break up your day and provide that healthy blood flow, because sitting on your ass all day is not recommended. And we as humans, as species, we are not meant to sit that much. Second thing that I would suggest is start doing strength training, resistance training. Now, bodyweight exercises is definitely a good starting point, but if you want the results fast, the fastest way is definitely sign up to the gym, start lifting weights, and you probably won't know what to do in the gym. I suggest you get some lessons from personal trainers. If you find a decent trainer, they're gonna build you a plan, they're gonna show you all proper technique, and it's definitely a worthwhile investment. Now, another thing about the gym, find a gym that's close to your house, so it would reduce the level of friction that's gonna prevent you from going to the gym. Let's be honest, we're all lazy, we all want to save time, and reducing the obstacles between us and our goals is definitely gonna make us get to those goals faster and with less effort. So find a gym that's either close or that's on the way where you would go regularly. Then another thing, that's just my personal preference, you should start banging out your workouts in the morning before work, because after work, I know how it goes. Yes, you can have your routine, but life is most likely gonna happen and something is gonna come up and you will eventually start skipping up workouts. So if you're doing the workout in the morning, that's going to be less likely to be skipped. Plus, if you have a personal trainer in the gym, then you're going to get your sessions booked in and you're not going to miss them. Otherwise, you're going to have to pay money, which is not ideal. So that's definitely a good tool for your accountability. Now, the next thing, very important, is cardiovascular training. If we're doing a brisk walk session, which is gonna break a sweat, which is gonna elevate your heart rate, that can be considered as cardiovascular training. But I would suggest you to implement intervals, which means raising that level of exertion, raising that level of effort, and elevating that heart rate even further, at least a couple times a week. That will definitely strengthen your heart muscles and just your endurance, overall endurance, marginally more than just doing brisk walking. So that would be cycling, Stairmaster, that would be elliptical training or a cross trainer, treadmill, or just running. Running is definitely one of the best cardiovascular exercises in the world, and it's so easy. It's very accessible because I don't need any equipment. All I need is my shoes, my running shoes, so I can do my runs when I'm traveling. I have zero excuse not to do that. So definitely get yourself into running or any other form of cardiovascular fitness. And then another thing that's gonna help you get fit is proper rest and nutrition. So what we need here is after our workouts, we have to make sure that our food intake is adequate. We definitely need to increase our protein intake, because once we tear those muscle tissues, that's when we feel muscle soreness after the exercise. We are going to have to provide our body with fuel, which is mainly protein. Protein has amino acids that help repair the broken muscle tissues, and that's how our muscles are growing essentially. Now, after that, we're gonna have to provide a proper amount of sleep to our bodies. So definitely get into a proper sleeping schedule, which means go to sleep at same time every day and get up at the same time every day, you will regulate your body clock, and eventually you won't need alarm. You will start getting sleepy earlier in the day or whenever you choose to get sleepy once you keep sticking to that routine. And yes, if you're gonna try and get up earlier, it's gonna take you probably 3 weeks, I would say. And the way you achieve that is just ripping the band-aid, man. So rip the band-aid, choose the time that you want to wake up, and just start waking up at the same time. And yes, at first you're gonna be tired. You're not gonna want to go to sleep too early in the day or in the evening. But then eventually you will start falling asleep at 9 p.m. and start waking up before the alarm around 5 a.m. and it's gonna be great. And it's gonna even furthermore reduce the friction of you going and working out in the mornings. Now, I don't know about your diet, but as I mentioned just now, protein is essential for rebuilding the muscle, but also it's not what we take, but it's what we avoid of taking in. So definitely alcohol is a huge toxin that will reduce the level of recovery for yourself, and you will definitely feel like trash, especially paired with exercise. So alcohol is not gonna help you to do anything in life, really. Another thing is processed foods. Now it's probably a topic that been touched and you probably heard about many times, but you don't have to overcomplicate it. Just try and reduce snacks, the toxic snacks that you know of already, that you know that's bad for you, like insane amount of lollies. I'll touch on to lollies in my future videos, but this is one thing that you should definitely consider. And if you prioritize protein, I guarantee you no one ever got fat from eating too much protein. If you eat too much protein, it's just gonna be used as energy. It's not gonna be stored as fat, I promise you. If you prioritize lean protein, especially, once you start calculating protein, you're gonna realize, oh fuck, I really need to eat a lot of it. And that's gonna be your main source. And then just add some veggies, add some carbs, rice, potato. It's gonna get you sorted. And then snack-wise, probably yogurt, peanut butter sandwiches we can do. Peanut butter jelly sandwiches, the classic. It's not ideal eating too much bread, but it is what it is. For me as an endurance athlete, I consume lots of empty calories, but that's just because empty calories for me is better than no calories. That's another topic to talk about in the future. But I think I covered everything now. So let's just recap quickly. If you want to get into fitness, first step, I'd say start walking. Second step, get into resistance training, get into gym, start lifting, then focus on your recovery. Start cardiovascular training a couple times a week. Just be more active in general. Try and fix up your nutrition. Definitely hydrate more. I didn't mention that. And yeah, you'll be golden. Stick to it for half a year. Reduce all the friction, all the obstacles that you know of. Stop bringing trash foods in the house, because at night, as I am guilty of this as well, if I have snacks at night, I will eat them. Our brain is designed to be lazy. Our brain is designed to reward ourselves as much as possible. So if we take that away from the home, our brain is gonna, fuck, we're gonna have to eat something if we want something to eat. And if you only have good foods in your house, you're gonna eat good foods only. That's it. And once in a while, if you're really craving for that ice cream, just go and get ice cream. Once in a while is okay. But if you always have ice cream in your freezer, every night you're gonna have ice cream just because you have it. So reduce that friction, and probably subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.